Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to the Fangoria Movie Challenge. This is a segment I'm doing with my good buddy, Joe the Horror Man, where we're not only going to watch, but also review all 101 movies Fangoria thinks we should have seen. Today, we're going to be talking about Cemetery Man. Cemetery Man is a 1994 film which runs approximately 105 minutes and is directed by Mikel Suave. Now, he was responsible for The Sect, The Church, and Stage Fright. The stars Rupert Everett as Francisco de la Morte. He was in My Best Friend's Wedding, She Will, and Move. Francois Halazaro as Gnagi. He was in Brotherhood of the Wolf, Dante 01, and Chubby. And Anna Fauci as She. She was in The Tracker, Bambini, and Paparazzi. Now, the budget on this movie was $4 million, and this had a worldwide gross of $253,986. This is a tough one to explain because this is a little bit on the weird side. Okay, you have a man, Rupert Everett, who plays Francisco de la Morte. He is in charge of a cemetery where the dead come back to life. And it's his job and responsibility in order to keep them dead, as the case were. Well, he falls in love with a woman whose husband was being buried, and as they're consummating their relationship, the husband comes back from the dead and bites her and supposedly kills her. This is the kind of thing that happens to Francisco on a daily basis. The mayor and the mayor's daughter have a meeting in the middle of the square in town where Francisco and Gnagi, who doesn't really talk, he kind of grunts and groans, they're talking about the cemetery and what exactly can be done with it, where Gnagi falls in love with the mayor's daughter. She dies because she's on a motorcycle with, I can't even remember the guy's name, and it got on my nerves. She said it so many times, or the other girl said it so many times. But she dies in a motorcycle accident, and she comes back, and Gnagi wants to marry her, but all that's there is her head. Yeah. It's just one of those types of movies where it's pretty much in an alternate reality, and your only choice is to basically go with this movie. Now, when I originally saw this, I didn't particularly care for it. This is when I was younger, and I didn't really like comedy horror, and there's a lot of comedy in this. As I got older and I watched it again, I probably watched it again maybe 10 years ago, I liked it more, but it still wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. Within the last probably 10 years, I've watched it 3 or 4 more times, and I can actually say that I love this film now because I guess my taste have changed, and silly things in horror movies don't really bother me like they used to, and there's a lot of wacky and silly things that happen in this film. You kind of have to take the good with the bad. It's not meant to be taken seriously, but it is really a journey, and you kind of have to strap yourself in and go along for the ride. What I recommended with this is actually my favorite Mikel Suave movie, which is Stage Fright. So far we've reviewed The Sect and we've reviewed Cemetery Man. He only has 2 more movies to his credit, which is The Church and Stage Fright. Stage Fright being my favorite. It's a shame that he only made 4 films. He's doing a lot of television now in Italy, but he just made fantastic films. His catalog definitely speaks for itself. Granted, it's only 4 films, but all 4 are worthy of watching. So check out Cemetery Man, check out Stage Fright, one of my favorite slashers of all time, and don't forget to check out Joe, watch his review, and see what he picks as a recommendation. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.